staying the distance. The Group 1 Metropolitan. Just Fine started a red-hot favourite after 2 smashing wins in the lead-up. The next pick was Mr. Waterville.
That's right. So Rachel King holds the greatest chance of that happening with the odds-on favourite. $1.75 Just Fine in the Metro.
And there's the light. A mile and a half ahead of them. And they're off in the Metropolitan. And jumping quite well, the favourite Just Fine with Benno the inside. Now a bit of speed wide out, Spirit Ridge going forward. Navajo Peak pretty handy as well. Then Major Beel and Wineglass Bay. Just behind them is Carla Poor from Torrance. Cleveland out very deep in a tricky spot. Manzoice up the fence from Alabir. Bois-de-Jean, Ho-Ho Khan, Military Mission wide. And Mr. Waterville had flopped back to a clear last. Spirit Ridge leads inside the 2,000 metres with Navajo Peak striding to second. And the favourite gets leaders back, Just Fine, travelling in third. A length and a half further back, we've got a line of 3. Benno the Rouse from Wineglass Bay, and Major Beel is cast a bit deep at this point. Further back to Cleveland, who's 3 horses out. On the outside of Carla Poor, then came Manzoice, Torrens on a wide path. Further back to Alabir from Bois-de-Jean, Ho-Ho Khan, Military Mission. Good gap back to Mr. Waterville, taking a while to get into his rhythm back last of all. So Spirit Ridge leads at the 1400, a length on Major Beel, and Navajo Peak now third. A length further back to Just Fine, the odds-on favourite into a clear fourth, still over towards the inside, 2 lengths away to Wineglass Bay. Then came the grey Benno on the rails, 2 lengths further back to Cleveland, who slipped in now, 1 off the fence around Carla Poor. Further back on the field then to Torrens from Alabir, Manzoice, Military Mission, Ho-Ho Khan, Bois-de-Jean, and last of all is Mr. Waterville, who's really tacked on now. There'd be about 15 lengths covering the Metrop field down the side. Spirit Ridge leads at the 800 metres, a half length now, Major Beel. Just Fine pushes through into a clear third in advance of Navajo Peak. 2 lengths then to Benno from Wineglass Bay. Torrens off the track now. Mr. Waterville is set alike going right around the field as they race inside the 600 metres. Spirit Ridge a half in front to Major Beel. Just Fine is locked up at the moment in third, followed then by deeper out Cleveland pulling out from Mr. Waterville. He's hit a flat spot. Military Mission wide out. The favourites out now. Spirit Ridge in front, and here's Just Fine going to it quickly, and Just Fine moves up on the outside of Spirit Ridge, and they're well clear from the rest. Just Fine and Spirit Ridge inside the 200 metres, and a real good stoush here. Spirit Ridge showing plenty of fight. Rachel King driving hard on Just Fine. The favourite ahead in front, Just Fine. Spirit Ridge really trying to come back. Just Fine, a brave Metropolitan win. Wanted to head to Spirit Ridge, they gap the rest. Carla Poor third, followed by Benno, Cleveland, Bois-de-Jean, Military Mission, then Ho-Ho Khan.
What a ding-dong battle that was. Just Fine just getting home to the relief of favourite backers. The 5-year-old is nominated for the Melbourne Cup, and I'm sure after that Group 1 win he will get a 1 kilogram penalty at the very least and be elevated inside the top 30 for the Melbourne Cup. As for Spirit Ridge, he seems to still be improving at the age of 8.5. They've run record time in that Metropolitan. He's not nominated for any of the major staying races in Victoria, possibly to the regret of his connections. Check the odds. Pick a win.
Rachel King driving hard on Just Fine. The favourite ahead in front, Just Fine. Spirit Ridge really trying to come back. Just Fine, a brave.
Every bit of that guts and determination. You're sitting there curling the mow as they turn for home, and it got hairier and hairier and hairier for the thrill seekers, and into $1.60 across the board there on the tote slate, and was only a bob of the head. That's as far as he wants to go, but job done, and it is a day for the Golden Girls.
'76 will commence again if you try to take our firearms.